Hello, hello. This is Petra at Petra's Cauldron. I'd like to welcome you at my channel. Nice to see you again. And so, what are we doing here today? Well, it is cold outside. Here in Florida, they told us, they have promised us that we are going to get a huge cold front coming in. So it's going to be fantastic. So I'm going to heat up my house the cheap way by catching 2 flies with 1 smack. How is that? I'm going to make a bread. Because that way I'm going to have a warm house and I have a bread. Tell me I'm not smart. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an Italian Parmesan herb bread. And I will be using some of my own herbs which I have harvested before the hurricane came in. So this is all powered up. And as you guys know, I'm a little bit different than other people. Right? Hint, hint, hint. So I will be using all my own herbs from my own backyard. And what am I using for? Now I'm going to show you what we are having, okay? And this is what we are needing. I swiffered 500 grams of bread flour in here, and I'm using King Arthur unbleached bread flour. So this is what I've been using. So that's the bread. You need some olive oil. Some garlic, some red pepper. Red pepper is questionable for some people, but as you guys know, we like spicy stuff. If you don't like it, leave it out. Now this is my Italian herb mix, and I made it myself, and it is basil, rosemary, oregano, majoram, and it's from Hurricane Ian in September 22. These are all the herbs I'm going to be using in my bread. And then I also will be using Italian majoram, which I also have harvested. And I have some extra rosemary powder. I made it in powder, and it's from Hurricane Ian on September 22, so that we don't have too many bigger pieces in it. And also Himalayan salt. You know what that looks like. There it is. Parmesan cheese, I have grated it already. Just in case I need more, I have still some more here. And that's going to be folded in. You need some sugar. You need 300 milliliters of warm water, and then you put in your dry yeast. And then when it's nice and foamy, you put all that beautiful stuff in here. And since I'm a smart ass, I use the shower heads, and I put that on top of here. And this whole bowl goes into my microwave, only with the light on underneath of it, you know. So let's begin. Now this is how I do my yeast. I have it always in one of those little things, and I have a little plastic cap, put that on top of it. Oops, here we go. And look how beautiful and foamy it has become. Look at this. This is just awesome. And that's what I want. And I have her standing for like 5 minutes in my microwave with the lights on. Not the microwave on, the lights are on, you know. So now we're going to mix everything together. So I just put in my dried and grounded down rosemary, all right? So I got my yeast in here. I got my pinch of salt, which is about a teaspoon. Then I have my herbs here, which came out of that jar I showed you. So and I leave them just like this. And I will be adding it now to it. See here. Ta-ta, here we go. Then I have about a teaspoon of garlic powder and a good teaspoon of chili peppers, because we like it spicy. Dump that in here too. So now we're gonna mix. Wait, first we're gonna put some of that cheese in here too. You see here. And you can use as much cheese as you want to. And if you don't have Parmesan cheese, use something else, whatever you like, you know. It doesn't matter. It's just, you know, Greg likes Parmesan cheese, so I'm going to use Parmesan cheese. Now, if your texture is about like this is pretty hard, you can add a little bit more water. And I use always filtered water, so I'm adding about 50 milligrams of water, and I'm going to mix more. And now it's time to add about a tablespoon of olive oil to bring the moisture back, and it's going to be very delicious. It's going to be very, I don't know, smooth, I would like to say. Now you kept folding it, and this is the end result. This is what it's supposed to be. See here, that's the consistency. It's not too loose, it's not too too tight either. This is what you want to have. Now you're going to take this and look at this, how beautiful it looks already. That's all the natural herbs and spices from my backyard. Isn't that fantastic? So now you're going to take this bread dough, you cover it up and put it into your microwave. So I covered it up now. You see what I mean? In the microwave, close the door, and you see it's just the light on here, right? Now you let it sit for, I would say, 45 minutes. So now you're going to have it for 45 minutes sitting in the microwave. So now the gluten can go up, all the beautiful herbs, they can develop inside because they're being reactivated now by the liquid we have in and also the olive oil. So this bread is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be so delicious, absolutely delicious. You just want to bake all this stuff. Now, I forgot to mention you, this bread is done in 2 hours. From start to finish, absolute fast. After this is going to be another 15 minutes. You know, we're going to take it out, we fold it over one more time. That is when we add the rest of the cheese, some of it, and then the other part is going to be stuck on top of it, and I'll show you the next step, how that's going to be. So simple, so easy. You're going to like it. I know you will. Especially the fact it's only 2 hours from start to finish. You know, it's perfect. All right, my friends. 45 minutes are up now. So I just took out my beautiful dough from my bread and out of my microwave, and I'm going to uncover it. That way you can see what I'm seeing and what it's going to look like, okay? There it is. Isn't that beautiful? It doubled in size. Beautiful, beautiful. Now what we're going to do is you take some parchment paper. Now this is a trick I have also learned. You take a piece of parchment paper, you crumble it up, and then you unfold it, and guess what? It stays that way. That's so perfect. See how easy that is? So what I like to do is, before I'm starting anything, I'm going to put on some flour. That way this is out of my way, and I have done it. Zack. Now I can put it aside. And it's time now to fold our dough one more time. And then we're going to add the rest of that cheese, okay? So what I like to do is I like to flatten it out a little bit. Then I'm going to sprinkle on some of the cheese. See? Keep some left over for on top. And then I'm just going to fold it over, just like this. See here? Not a big deal. There will be no knitting involved. I don't have time for that. See here? You just take it over, you fold it, and you fold it over one more time. So this is it for now, and then I'm going to transfer it from here to my parchment paper. Then you're using a sharp knife, like so, and I'm cutting it in like 3 times, like so. No big deal. Then I take some of my cheese, put that on top of it. That way it can melt later on in my oven. Now I'm going to take this beautiful piece and put it back into my little pot here for another 15 minutes, like so. And then I will be covering it up and put it back in my microwave, and I set the alarm for 15 minutes. And when the 15 minutes are over, that is the moment when I'm going to restart my oven. I'm going to preheat my oven. I'm going to preheat my oven with my cold Dutch oven in it, okay? And the oven will be preheated to 482 with the cold cauldron inside, or Dutch oven you have. I call my vessels always my cauldrons because that's where I cook in it. And since I'm a little witch, that's what I'm doing. So, and then baking. I have been asked, Petra, why don't you send me or post some of the beautiful baking videos, you know, how you make some cookies, some German cookies or this or that. That's an easy one. I cannot bake. I can't. The only thing I can bake is bread and brötchen. That's it. In my family clan, you know, in my family tree, that is normal that the women or the female who are gifted, like me, we cannot bake. Our cakes, this is how I grew up. My mom, and my mom Renate, when she tried to bake some cakes, they were funny. They were from the outside always burnt and inside raw. They're called Klitschkuchen. Klitschkuchen because they are never done. And that's how I grew up. That was the only cake I knew of, you know. So I tried that a couple of times to bake some cakes or cookies or something. I'll forget about it. It's not working. It never works out. And as far as I know, all the females in my clan, they are gifted like me. We all cannot bake. We do different things. You know, we cook. We are all great cooks. We can all cook, but we cannot bake. But that is okay. So now the time is set for 15 minutes. So it's down now to 10 minutes. So, and that time will be done. And my alarm will let me know. And then we're going to put the oven on preheat of 482, and then we're going to add our dough for 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Then after 45 minutes, we take off the lid for 15 minutes. Let it bake for another 15 minutes, and that's done. 2 hours. 2 hours. You don't have to have the dough sit for 45 minutes in the microwave, you know, for rising and all that, and double all that kind of stuff. I do it. You have to do it for at least 15 minutes. That way, you know, everything can start to develop inside and the gluten can develop. And since this dough is a no knead or knead dough, so 15 minutes is a must, at least. But I do it for 45 minutes. And I turned out always great. So that's why I use the 45 minutes method. So my oven is now set on 482 Fahrenheit. And that takes in this oven here only a couple of minutes. And then we can put the dough into the oven, into the cold cauldron. No, the cold cauldron is in here. And the dough goes into the hot cauldron after this oven is being heated up. Me. So, I just got my bread in here. And it is now on, see, in here. So put the lid back on. Put it in here. Close the door. And go and set the heat on 392. 392. Oh, here. 392 for 45 minutes. Put my fire timer on, 45 minutes, and start. So I see you then again. And yeah, that's it for now. So 15 minutes are over now. Now it's time to show you my bread. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely perfect. So 15 minutes without the lid. Here is my freshly baked bread. After I took the lid off after 15 minutes, after 45 minutes, now it's 15 minutes done. Now my bread is ready to be taken out of my cast iron, of my cauldron, and have it cooled off. And all we have to do now is wait. Look at this beauty. It is just too hot. I cannot touch it yet. But it's absolutely awesome. Check this out. This is absolutely awesome, 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 awesome. And compared to my hand, look how big it is. You see? It's pretty big. It's about 800 grams now. It's wonderful. Now it has to just cool off. And then we can cut it. And I can show you what it looks like from the inside. And listen. Oh. Now this is awesome. That's the sound you want. And the beautiful melted cheese on top of it. And the extra herbs I put on it, you know, like a little bit more marjoram. Absolutely awesome. All right, that's the moment of truth. So Greg is woken up. And now I can finally do the cut. Look at this.
Yummy.
Oh wow, that's a fantastic sound. It's a no-knead bread. Well, listen. So you want 2 or 3?
Mach 2, 3. Mach 3.
3. Check this out. Check this out.
Oh yeah.
nice and crunchy.
Yeah.
Oh, people. You don't know what you're missing out on if you're not baking it. I don't think this bread is going to last long.
No, not long at all.
Nope. Parmesan cheese in here. Then you see all these beautiful herbs, Italian herbs I harvested from my backyard. The red things are the red peppers because we like red pepper flakes. The greens are the basil and the marjoram and the oregano. Yeah. So now it's time to eat this. And I can have actually some of this beautiful butter on it and doing a taste test. How about that?
Sure.
Never did a taste test. So, you want to taste it for me, Schatzi?
No, I got the camera. See?
You got the camera? So people see me now eat wine in it. Okay, let's see. This is not even real. This is not even real. And I know bread. I love bread. I'm from Germany. I love bread.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up on bread.
Yeah.
It's so juicy. It's soft. It's chewy. It tastes fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You have to bake it. That's all I have to say. You gotta bake it. And this little spice from the basil. Insane. Like, subscribe, share, push the little bell, and just do it. And I see you later, alligator. Bye.